I still really want to go over to these group of teenagers and start spitting some dawah to them. I don't know why suddenly I feel like some any dawah man. Some any dawah man, blood. And that's, I'm not, trust me guys, I'm not usually like this, but like, something about being in America, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's easier for me to start conversations with random people in public because I sound like a tourist to them. And then that's an opportunity for you to just, you know what I mean? You just start saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't try and do it with me. This guy thinks he's smart, blood. Anyway, anyone got any other questions for the Q&A? No, sorry guys, I've been waffling for an hour, man.
You got too many to go through now, bro.
Okay, we got some questions. Right,
let me find them.
Chat, what do you think about these kind of streams though? Do you like them when we're just sitting and talking and chilling? I love them, man.
Okay, what are your goals for this year? You got 30 seconds to answer. What
are my goals for this year? Oh man, the thing is, yeah, I can't really give too much away about what I'm doing this year, but I can say a few things. So my goal is to release my project, my album, inshallah. Definitely. I mean, that's inshallah definitely gonna happen as long as Allah gives me life. Then my goal is to, I mean, we already have like 40, 50 shows planned. So my goal is to be able to complete those concerts smoothly. And my goal is for obviously my album to do well and for me to be able to spread the message of Islam in the best way possible for this whole year. Another goal is to obviously go back to Indonesia and Malaysia, which I haven't been there in so many years. My goal is to meet as many of you as possible, 1,000 million %, like, especially those on the stream.
Meet the chat.
Meet the chat, man. Wallahi, meet in the chat is like, we should develop a new segment called Meet in the Chat. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if I ever meet any of you, yeah, and we're not on stream, we'll start the stream straight away just so we can tell the rest of the chat, yo.
We met a chat.
We met a chat.
In real life.
We met a chat, remember?
Alright, so...
What's next?
Where will you spend Ramadan in UK? That was for me.
How many kids do you want? Someone said.
No, wait.
I reckon like... Guys, you know what, man? At this rate, I ain't gonna have none.
Someone asked, how close is the album dropping?
Just to answer that previous question, I think 4. Inshallah, ideally, I'd want 4 kids. How close is the album to dropping? Okay, look, I'll be honest with you, yeah? The album is done. I'm not really supposed to say these kind of things, but the album, I spent last year, the whole of last year. I mean, last year was a very tough year for me, guys. Like, my brother passed away, then my auntie passed away. So there were some breaks I had to take for sure, but I spent most of the year in the studio finishing the album. You know, I rejoined Awakening at the beginning of the year, and last year was all about setting the what are they called? The stones. Setting the, what's that bloody word? Setting the benchmarks, setting the
levels.
Not the levels, is the wrong word. Anyway, yeah, I was setting this is gonna piss me off.
Foundations.
Setting the foundations, there we go. Setting the foundations. So I recorded the album. We're just doing music videos now, and we're planning the release, how we're gonna do it. The album is ready, guys. And it's...
You're ready for it, chat.
I'm not gonna lie, you're not ready for it.
You're not ready
for it. It's actually crazy. Considering it's a faith-inspired album, yeah? Like, this album is faith-inspired. There's songs about family, there's songs about faith and religion, but like, it's like musically, it's just, it's so lit. It's actually so lit. Yo, I wish I could show some of it to you.
You gonna leak it?
Nah, I'm not leaking nothing. I'm not leaking nothing.
Let me get your phone.
Nah, I can't.
For the chat. Just for this chat, man.
Come. What's the next question? What's the next question, guys?
Yeah, just choose.
From here?
Yeah,
all right, I will choose.
Bro, these fire engines, yeah, you know when the sound comes on, it's a mad sound.
Guys, if you could go back to one point of memory from your life, which one would it be? From Alia1730. If you could go back to one point in your life, what would it be? Wow, that's a crazy question. There'd be a few moments I want to go back to, man. But one moment, just one moment, not like one place so that I can live all over again, just one moment, I would want to go back to... Yeah, I think I'd want to go back to COVID 2020, which is mad. That's such a mad thing. As in, when you say one moment, did you mean one day or like one time? If you're saying one time...
Like a moment of your life, innit?
Just a split couple minutes.
Moment of your life? No, like
If it was like, we're talking about like a phase of life, then yeah, I'm talking about, I'd say COVID 2020, just because like, for everyone to live together again in that house, just reliving that Ramadan it was the most special month of our lives, for me anyway. And if you're going to talk about one moment, just a specific moment, then I mean, the most special moment to me is when my grandmother took a shahada with me. But to relive that, I don't need to relive that. Like that's happened. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've had so many beautiful moments. Alhamdulillah, I'm so blessed.
Someone said, do you ever consider stopping making music?
Wow, what a question. I don't know how to answer this. I do know how to answer this, but wow. Do I ever consider stopping making music? The answer is all the time, honestly. I have conversations all the time about it. You know what it is, yeah? It's just, music serves a purpose in our day and age. It's such a pivotal thing.
You know what? Wait for the documentary and you'll find out.
No, I'm going to answer a little bit. Music serves a purpose in our day and age. It is such a pivotal thing in this generation. People are raised on music. We can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. It's on YouTube. It's on every social media platform. It's in the streets. It's in the shops. You can't escape it. It's everywhere. So, for me to be able to use that tool, use it as a tool to be able to bring people close to Islam instead of making people stray away from Islam, is the idea. Like, that's the idea, and that would be the most amazing thing if I can do that. If I can spend my life doing that. But then obviously, then we have a whole opinion of Islam that music's not allowed. So it's conflicting. It's very conflicting, and I'm not someone who, I don't say it's halal or it's haram. I'm not someone who has enough knowledge. You need to go to people of knowledge about that. But I definitely want to transition slowly, eventually, into not just doing music, you know? So I've started slowly. Started with streams. I'm going to start a podcast. Inshallah, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to start giving talks as well. It will all play a part. I won't stop music for now. I don't plan on stopping it. And I have a lot of stuff I need to release, so definitely not stopping it. And I just signed a new record deal, so definitely not stopping it. But it's something that I think about a lot, you know, because it does feel conflicting sometimes. Let me tell you why it feels conflicting. Because I know the evil of music. Not because I think it's haram. I don't know if it's haram or not. But because I know the evil of music, and I know that reciting Quran is better than music. And obviously, as Muslims, we should always strive to just be better. So it wouldn't be normal of me if I didn't consider quitting it, because it's like, I know that I could be better. I know that Quran is better than music. I know that I can't do music and Quran at the same time properly, because you can only have one or the other properly, like, affirmed in your life. That's for a fact. So what makes me sometimes feel like I should quit it is that I love the Quran for sure more than I love music. So if that's the case, should I not pursue a life of Quran over a life of music? And that's what makes me feel like I should quit it, because I'm trying to strive to be better as a Muslim, and to be better would be to go into Quran and to also even give talks and stuff. So yeah, man, even if music's halal. Even if music is halal, there are things obviously better than music. But then it's a question of, would I have the same influence I have as a musician, as a Quran reciter, or as a speaker, and this is something only Allah knows, you know? People say if you sacrifice something for the sake of Allah, then He gives you something better in return. But if music's not haram, then I wouldn't be sacrificing it for the sake of Allah. I mean, I guess I would, because I'd be doing it to try and be better. Anyway, these are like intrusive thoughts. What's Tony doing? Anyway, another question, guys. What do you think of vocals only music? Good question. What do I think of vocals only music? I think that vocals only music is a good alternative to Muslims that don't want to listen to music with musical instruments. I think it's a good alternative. I don't think it's a good alternative for me. I don't listen to vocals only music. I can't vibe with it. There's something about it that makes me feel disconnected. It's like when people, that's a lie actually. There are some people's vocal only music, like Muslim Bilal for example. His is more spoken word and it's simple. He's not trying to imitate instruments with his mouth as much as other people kind of do. I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I respect everyone's craft and I appreciate everyone trying to contribute whatever they're contributing. But for me, it's like when people imitate musical instruments with their mouths, it's like, you might as well like use the instrument. Like, if you think musical instruments are haram, why are you trying to imitate them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I think that wearing gold chains are haram, why would I wear a gold chain that's not real gold, but that's the color gold? Do you know what I mean? Like, it might not be haram for me to wear, but I'm imitating something that's haram. Who imitates haram things? Like, so it doesn't make any sense. So I don't necessarily understand that portion of when people do vocals only music, when they try and imitate the musical instruments with their mouths, like they try and make the sound of a guitar or of a piano and stuff, or a flute. When people just have the vocals as like sound tracks, like backing tracks, like just the, you know what I'm saying, just that, then I can sometimes like vibe with them, but it's not something I would really do myself, honestly. However, for the first time ever, my next song that's coming out is going to come out as a vocals only version as well as a music version, which I'm not too sure about, but because it's not only my song, I'm not really getting a choice as I would usually have. So that's the answer to that.
Someone said, do you think lacking knowledge is an excuse, or should everyone strive to seek and learn? Wow.
Very good question.
Yeah.
Lacking knowledge, do I think lacking knowledge is an excuse, or do you think everyone should strive to seek knowledge and to learn? I think 100%.
Oh.
If you are, what? Oh, Masood's messaging us. Masood's gonna have to wait for a second. How you doing there, man?
Chat him.
Nice to meet you, man.
Drop dollar.
No, he's busy. The question is, do I think that people should strive to seek knowledge, and that when they say they're lacking knowledge, it's just an excuse? I think 100%, if we're blessed with lives that are like relatively long, I think it's crazy. It would be crazy of us to stand in front of Allah as Muslims, especially if we're born a Muslim. You've been a Muslim from the day you're born to the day you die, and say you live like an average of 70, 80 years. I think it would be crazy to have to stand in front of Allah and have to say that you didn't seek knowledge about His religion, about the way of life that He's given us, this opportunity. I think I'll feel ashamed. I think I'd honestly feel disgusting to have to stand in front of Allah and have to say to Him, yeah, I didn't actually, I just practiced what I was given, and I didn't go out and try and seek more. That's one side of it. And I also think that you can only practice Islam to a certain extent if you don't have knowledge, especially if you don't have knowledge of Allah. You know, to know is to love. This is a famous saying, to know is to love. And if you don't know Allah and His qualities and His 99 names even and anything like that, then how do you expect to love Him? Anyone that you love, you know them well, right? And the people you love most, like your mum, your siblings, you love them because you know them. So if we really want the opportunity of loving Allah and falling in love with Allah, which is the greatest blessing of life, like,